You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Ready to stand out, Army ROTC prepares you not only as a college student, but as a strong leader, allowing you to earn the rank of second lieutenant. You will be eligible for full tuition merit-based scholarships and develop leadership skills essential for your future. Start strong and enhance your college experience. Visit your campus Army ROTC representative today. To find out how you can earn up to a full tuition scholarship, visit goarmy.com/podcast to locate your closest ROTC program today. Army officers inspire, strengthen others. Paid for by the United States Army.
At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I only have a certain budget.
No problem. Right now at the LASIK Vision Institute, get 20% off LASIK when treated in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing options. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your journey towards 20/20 vision. Must mention this promotion and be treated in April of 2024 to qualify. 20% off standard price of wave light procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to GetLVILASIK.com for details. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I'm so busy right now.
We offer a mix of convenient days and times, including 30-minute virtual appointments to fit your schedule.
I would love it, but I have astigmatism.
We treat thousands of patients with astigmatism every month with great outcomes. The LASIK Vision Institute is making your journey towards 20/20 vision all about you. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your LASIK journey.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real-life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real-life fighters, the real-life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes, because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
the way I always do. How was I to know she was with the Russians too? I was gambling in Havana. I took a little risk. Send lawyers, guns, and money. Dad, get me out of this. Ha!
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Otherwise known as Chat Lives Matter Night Live right here on KLRnradio.com. But if I'm being honest with you, today has both simultaneously felt like a Tuesday and a Thursday at the same time. I blame CERN. Anyway, I'm one half of the crew, Mr. Rick Robinson. He's the other half, Mr. Ordy Packard. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. You know, I'm actually, relatively speaking, the last few weeks I'm doing great.
I know,
I'm enjoying a beer. I'm going back to work tomorrow. And if I had a cigarette, I would be fucking styling.
Yeah, except, those things will kill you. Just saying.
Well, given the way, it's like Vincent Charles and I were talking about today. Given the way everything's going, fuck it.
I mean, if I had to go, I have to tell you my preferred choice would be sipping on a scotch and smoking a cigar on my front porch. So I can feel you.
So, okay, I think I've figured it out. You know how Elon had his little tweet the other day about how engagement farming will get you suspended?
Yeah.
So I figured out what I do while technically maybe considered engagement farming. Here's an example. There's a meme going around with the soldier dropping a grenade down a stairwell.
Yeah.
And with a controversial take. Mine was bourbon is the Nickelback of whiskeys. Would you call that engagement farming?
I would not know, but...
But it is. I mean, it's not that I guess. I'm just saying. I sit there so thinking about it just for that. Just what would piss what would cause the greatest amount of controversy in my notifications? And it just going through my main, watching everybody talk about their after work cocktail, and it's all a glass of bourbon with the 2 round stones and. You know what? I'm going to drop that grenade.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm just going to be this guy for a second because I am a whiskey snob. Who the fuck puts Cold Stones in bourbon? Those are for scotch. I'm just saying.
I put Cold Stones in vodka.
Well, that's because you're Ordy, though. You're allowed.
Well, yeah, because I do what I want 90% of the time.
I don't know.
Did you just say Nickelback is awesome, Zelda?
Well, I mean, she's only saying what most people won't say out loud. I mean, a lot of their records have sold for a band that sucks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And everybody's got at least that one Nickelback song that they jam to, but they jam, trying to pretend they're not jamming. Like rock,
yeah, okay.
Like Rockstar. Everybody jams.
We were talking about it maybe a week or 2 ago, is that, Nickelback is basically a victim of their own success.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was Jeff and I that were talking about it in DM on Discord. It kind of the same way that... So back during the 70s, the Sex Pistols, the Clash, and the Police were all coming up together. They all knew each other. They all hung out with each other. They all played the same venues. They were all, the Police were kind of considered punk. They were all kind of like the 3 faces of punk. They were all trying to do the same thing. And the Police got picked up on first, big time. They just skyrocketed. And the Clash and Sex Pistols, felt like that they just got mugged for their lunch money. So it was just kind of like, look, we play. It was kind of like how that, the old saying, "Rising tide lifts all boats."
Yeah.
And they were kind of pissed off that the Police didn't drag them along with them. But inversely, they all found meteoric success on their own.
So wait, just to clarify, the Police didn't drag someone? Oh wait, my bad.
Right. Yeah. Shot them down like they were a dog.
Oh.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a meme to hate Nickelback, and I get it. I do. And
well, I mean, to be completely fair, even a lot of the people that listen to Nickelback don't necessarily like Nickelback. There's just a couple of songs that they'll kind of jam to, and it's the same thing, when we were having
it's like with Creed.
When we were having a meeting with Twitch today, everybody was talking about that we have people that actually pay for VIP just to troll us, and I was like, well, as a marketing guy, that's great, because if you remember, everyone that hates you tells at least 10 people. The people that like you may tell 3.
Well, and well, yeah, we back when Manorama started, when I got involved with being on their panel occasionally, I gave the story that we always talk about here, especially when we had FUBAR. Hate clicks are still ad revenue.
And like I said, sometimes hate clicks are more ad revenue because, like I said, usually if somebody hates you, they tell a lot more people about you than when they actually like you.
Yeah. Those fucking cocksuckers at Twitch here trying to destroy the world and undermine democracy. Thank you.
Thank you. Click again. Yeah, actually, somebody DM'd me. I should have shared it, but I actually deleted it. But my DMs are open, so when I started putting in all my personal Twitchy tweets that clicking on all the links makes commies need to drink, somebody said that's not nice. You shouldn't say things like that. I'm like, well, it's true. Commies hate me.
I'm gonna.
Can I just say
if you don't get the voice when I'm doing the I'm still gonna there was an episode of Family Guy where like Meg and Connie's like the really popular girl, they teamed up for something, and then at the end of the episode Meg's like, so we're not gonna be friends after this, and Connie's like, oh hell no. And Meg says, well, can I still think of you tonight when I'm in the bathtub? Connie says no, and Meg goes, well, I'm still gonna.
Oh, I keep forgetting that occasionally they make... Yeah, anyway. Oh, damn it. I had a train of thought, and now I've lost it. I hate it when that
I'm sorry. I stepped on it for a pointless Family Guy story.
No, you're all good. I actually had forgotten about that, but I think that's part of... Now I'm trying to erase Cartoon Peg from daydreaming about women in a bathtub. So my brain's like, bleach dump, bleach dump, bleach dump. Oh, we lost your point. You were going to make 2, Rick. Sorry.
Yeah. Purge everything.
Oh, well, it was something along with all the news stories today. Oh, wait, now I remember what it was. Can I just say that, like, the greatest snow job of the 20th century was the Democrats teaching everyone that they were the liberals when they were actually communists?
Well, that and convincing people that college was important.
Well, that was. I mean, college is a Ponzi scheme. Can we just be real? College is a Ponzi scheme, and the part of this that nobody's talking about is all of these people that got these loans, even though they're from higher middle class people, whatever, are because their kids qualified for government grants for one reason or the other. So what Joe Biden is trying to do, and nobody really talks about this, is basically rob Peter to pay Paul to get us back to our AAA credit rating. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the reason, and nobody talks about this either, that's part of the reason why our interest rate just keeps going up and up and up and up, because we've been downgraded. That's never happened before. Now we've been downgraded. I believe we've actually been downgraded twice now.
Yeah, I think we're down to single A.
Yeah, we were AAA, then we were AA, now we're single A. So
I know California has.
So if you're keeping up and relating this to battery sizes, the next ones are gonna suck when they shove them certain places. Just saying. Because that's where this goes. Straight up, you're in my pocketbook every single time. But yeah, I mean, and this is so along those same lines though. This new minimum wage snafu in California, thanks to Governor Hairgel. Nobody talks about the fact that going from $16 to $20+ an hour throws you into a brand new tax bracket too.
Yep. No, and that's the thing. I'm actually curious what my COLA is going to be this year.
Dude, if I still got COLAs, it would be amazing.
I mean, I am actually kind of like really excited for not this paycheck, but the paycheck after, because that's going to have my COLA in it. And I'm thinking, wow, I could be pushing right into another tax bracket with this COLA. And if it is, I mean, if it's because I work for basically a nationwide company. So if it's a nationwide just blanket COLA, that's one thing. But if it's going to be a California COLA, holy shit.
Yeah, and then you're going to be like, oh my God, look at my new pay rate. And then Uncle Sam's going to be like, oh my God, look at his new pay rate.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I think I lost you.
Nope, you have not lost me, but I think I lost you. Yep. Anyway, so this is that usual thing that's been happening with Already Set Up lately, so... Okay, let me make that go away, so it lets me enter. Joe's morgue, you stab him, we slap him.
Yeah, you went completely silent. Like, usually I can hear, like, your fan background or something going on in the background, too. So without that background noise, I know that I completely lost you.
Yeah, no, I don't have a fan. I don't have a fan going or anything tonight. But yeah, I think it was...
Well, I'm just saying, as an example, you generally both of us have some sort of background noise.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying I think it was your usual Skype freak out. It just usually happens before we go on the air.
Yeah. Except now it's doing a commercial break. Yeah, so I mean, it's like last year was a 5% COLA, which isn't insignificant.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me before I cut out on you, but my response was, you're going to be like, oh, look at this new COLA. And Uncle Sam's going to be like, ooh, look at this new COLA.
Yeah.
It's going to be all George Takei up in your paycheck.
Yeah, no, it's just going to be like the kid in fucking Habitual Line Crosser.
Uncle Sam.
Okay, if you're not familiar with those videos, you've got to watch Habitual Line Crosser. He does the shorts with like the B-52, the F-22, the F-35, America, and all the other countries. He does like a whole bunch of different voices for each of them.
Yeah,
he calls the F-22 the kid.
Nice.
That's just fucking insane. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Okay, I'm going to have to find this guy.
All I've got is aliens and balloons. I'm fucking starving. I need some meat in this diet. Anyway, yeah, definitely go check out Habitual Line Crosser.
Anyway, so
yeah,
fun times.
Yeah, so hey, how about them college campuses, huh? Wow.
Wow. Yeah. The one thing that I was kind of watching a little bit more closely today, because I've kind of given up on Columbia University and all the others, but somebody, and granted it's a pretty liberal town, but somebody had the bright idea that they were going to try to do this at University of Texas. And Texas's president was like, no.
So he just immediately got the state troopers in to move them, and it's like I said, I saw that they were doing it at USC today too. I said, boy, it's been a couple decades since we've had the National Guard on the streets of Los Angeles. I guess we're due.
Well, I mean, have you seen the flyers?
It's like cicadas. Every 30 years we get the National Guard on the streets.
Have you seen the flyers they're handing out, though?
Yeah.
The flyers are specifically saying protest for worldwide intifada. You guys know what that word means, right?
They do, but I don't think the normies do.
Apparently the normies do not, because they are openly calling for murder.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that means, guys. So these people are not kidding. And the thing that you need to understand is, Tyrus put this rather well. Most of the kids that are involved, like the actual college kids, they're pamphlet protesters. They're like jazzed up, thinking they're making a difference for whatever reason. But there are people that are coming into these things that are paid agitators that actually don't even go to the schools. Not only are there paid agitators, there are people organizing these things behind the scenes. Stacy has done in-depth write-ups on PJ Media. We talked about it ad nauseum in 2020 when we were doing the Kung Fu.
The color revolution, and yeah.
So all of those things, they've changed targets. But they've changed targets for a reason. Because it's working. The thing that I don't understand, and this is something that I've been saying for a long time, and now I'm seeing other people start to reference it as well, is we are watching the parable of the scorpion and the frog play out in real time, and the people that are the frog think they're okay, and they're not going to be. Because all of these people that are popping up with the Not in My Name t-shirts and all these protests, what do you think just because you're trying to pet the crocodile, you're going to get eaten last? Good luck with that. These people don't care about you. I mean, we may not agree on a great many things because for some reason, a lot of Jewish people are like uber, like communist liberal, which is weird for Jewish people, but they are. But we at least agree that you have a right to exist. You now have your youth that have come to school in America calling for your homeland to be destroyed and replaced by Islamists. And you're still wanting to vote for the guy who legitimately said, but there are very fine people on both sides. I remember when that happened in a single town, and Donald Trump, taken out of context, was branded a Nazi for 4 years. All because of deceptive editing from the media. And yet, Joe Biden has said that exact thing. Nobody has said a word.
Well, because it's different, D and parentheticals. Yeah, so.
I'm tired of things being different.
Well, I see the pendulum swinging. I'm, ever the optimist, but it's going to be fucking bloody this time. It's going to, I mean, you got the commies out there just openly being commies, and it's like, you really all should be better, nicer to cops, because they're the only thing that's saving you from a one-way helicopter ride. Because we ain't kidding, and we've got the pot. It's like I said to one today. I said, you really don't want the smoke you're looking for, because the government whose dick you just guzzle off of spent 20 years training an entire generation in insurgency tactics and improvised weaponry, and spent the lives of the generation before training them how to hate commies. What could possibly go wrong for you in this scenario?
Well, I will say that unfortunately, as much as I agree with you, I think the pendulum is finally starting to swing back the other way. The problem that I am starting to foresee is I don't think the pendulum swing started in time, because this is what they've come up with, and this is why. And if you're paying attention, you may have seen it too. But this is part of the reason why they have left the border open for the last 4 years. Because did you hear on the floor of the Senate when that bill was being discussed that Linkford tried to push as a border bill that was actually just revamped like amnesty and stuff? And he's still lying about today, by the way. And he's my senator, and I hate him for that. But did you hear that? And this was around that same time. There was a senator in the well of the Senate calling for, if this bill passed, the next thing they wanted to work on was making sure that people that had come into the country illegally could obtain citizenship by serving at least 4 honorable years in the military. They are wanting to train the military replacements, because them trying to foobar the military by doing the add a dick to me and take a dick off of me surgeries wasn't good enough, because too many of the rank and file are still like, no, that. So now, because they are afraid that if the switch gets flipped, a lot of the people in uniform are going to be on my side and your side. Now they're wanting to train their replacements just in case. Because who are you going to be loyal to if they're the ones that are giving you citizenship?
Yeah, what's funny, though, is because they're also bitching about their accommodations. So, we had it better back in Venezuela. Go.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you had it better back in Venezuela when you were eating zoo animals, then go. I'm just saying. I mean...
Yeah, living in the terrible conditions in the United States, I cannot actually tell you what zebra tastes like.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain parts of this country that are beginning to look like the third world shitholes that Trump used to talk about all the time. A lot of New York City is starting to look that way. A lot of California is starting to look that way. But it's because we have all of these feel-good, tree-hugging, hippie motherfuckers who are like, oh, if we just have to understand them a little bit harder, Rick. You just don't understand how hard their life is. They came from a desert. They had nothing. And if we just show them that we love them, they're going to be so nice to us when they finally figure it out. And the whole time they're plotting to kill you, you stupid Karen-looking motherfucker. I'm so over this. I'm probably, if things keep going the way they're going, I'm probably going to get suspended on Twitter because I am so.
That doesn't happen anyway. Well, it does, but
it does. Just ask the gay patriot. But then again, I thought you crossed lines. I have seen some of the things that this man has tweeted out that got him suspended, and I'm like, dude, that would make Orty blush.
I am actually surprised. A thing that I tested waters with a couple times, and I'm going to knock on wood on this one.
You better.
When you have these infatards getting really into the whole Death to America thing, I reply with, I doubt your commitment to the cause with a lighter strike. Just a picture, just a gif of a guy flicking a lighter.
You know what I really want to do, and I would, and when I get my next couple of checks coming in, I may actually spring for one of the better AI programs, because I really, really want like an AI generated cartoon of a fat guy in a "Not in My Name" t-shirt holding an Islamic flag and says, "But I thought they said empanada."
Yeah. I could go for an empanada.
I don't know why, but that's been in my head for like a month, and I've tried some free AI programs to try to make it work, and none of them are just getting it quite right. And I'm just like,
You know what? Jeff made an excellent point in that when you got 16-year-olds pulling the tampon dispensers off the bathroom walls in the men's room, we're not as far gone as people worry about. And it's really, we're always online. We are very online. And that's a blessing and a curse because we see the worst of the world on Twitter. The absolute worst people. And we've become so in tune to it that we are also the worst people. And that's why a while ago...
That wasn't intentional, but almost perfect. I was trying to do something else, and I hit the wrong button.
A while ago, I started using the meme. After much consideration, I've decided to become worse. And it's working out for me.
I mean, they're...
But the thing is, I get to walk out, touch, be with normal people. I mean, yeah, I'm in a purple part of California, but I still am able to interact with everything except for fucking socialists. And we all get along. I mean, we may roll our eyes at each other, and we just agree to not talk about politics in those when we know we're in mixed company and it's not going to be received. You know, and you always got that one retarded motherfucker who can't shut up about Trump one way or the other and shows up, and everybody else like, who the fuck brought this asshole? But
who invited this guy? Oh wait,
yeah. Wait, shit. Anyway, commercial.
Yeah, actually, that's actually what I was trying to work on. And then when I was trying to load something else, I hit the wrong button. But I somehow turned captioning on my Skype, and it's being retarded. So I'm not sure how to fix that either. But
you can do that?
I didn't mean to, but yeah, apparently you can. Why is it? Oh wait, it
won't be using it long. You and I are going to StreamYard by this weekend. It's happening Saturday.
Oh yeah, I figured I'd work on it.
It's like sex with Kobe Bryant. Kick and scream all you want. It's just going to happen.
Oh, that reminds me. But on the way to break, did you hear that occasional cortex actually... Hang on. I was not trying to do that yet. Shut up. Anyway, nothing's working right. Anyway, did you hear that occasional cortex actually said no doesn't mean no? It just means find another way. I think Bill Cosby would be very proud of that sentence. All right. On that note,
the pudding and the roofies.
On that note, we're taking a break. Be right back, everybody.
I would absolutely plow Stevie Nicks.
This wasn't even what I was trying to play, and I'm like, holy crap, it's Stevie Nicks. Never mind.
What am I supposed to do? I didn't know what I was getting into.
Like 100-acre field.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Ready to stand out, Army ROTC prepares you not only as a college student, but as a strong leader, allowing you to earn the rank of second lieutenant. You will be eligible for full tuition merit-based scholarships and develop leadership skills essential for your future. Start strong and enhance your college experience. Visit your campus Army ROTC representative today. To find out how you can earn up to a full tuition scholarship, visit goarmy.com/podcast to locate your closest ROTC program today. Army officers inspire, strengthen others. Paid for by the United States Army.
At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I only have a certain budget.
No problem. Right now at the LASIK Vision Institute, get 20% off LASIK when treated in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing options. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your journey towards 20/20 vision. Must mention this promotion and be treated in April of 2024 to qualify. 20% off standard price of wave light procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to GetLVILASIK.com for details. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we know LASIK is a big decision, and every one of our patients is unique. That's why we customize your LASIK journey to you.
I'm so busy right now.
We offer a mix of convenient days and times, including 30-minute virtual appointments to fit your schedule.
I would love it, but I have astigmatism.
We treat thousands of patients with astigmatism every month with great outcomes. The LASIK Vision Institute is making your journey towards 20/20 vision all about you. So visit GetLVILASIK.com today to start your LASIK journey.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes, because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Stop dragging
welcome back into the program, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't looked at Stevie Nicks in a while, you probably should. Actually,
yeah, but you got to look at like 80s Stevie Nicks or 70s Stevie Nicks.
Well, yeah, like, you know, Stevie
even
Nicks.
90s Stevie Nicks, but
Stevie Nicks in her prime. Stevie Nicks in her prime. Because, yeah, that's what I was telling Ordy. She was really kind of, her big deal was really 70s and 80s. So for, most of the 80s, I was, peak, 10 or 12. Wasn't really paying attention to what girls look like yet. But, my God. She said she was hot, yo. Just saying. And she can sing, too. That's the other thing that drives me crazy about today's music scene. Nobody can actually sing. When you go and listen to them live, it's 9 times out of 10 either trash or backup vocals.
Yeah.
Like, can you people not perform live at all anymore?
No, they really can't. That's why you see a lot of the older bands. It's like every popular band from the 80s, every popular alt rock band from the 80s, The Cure, Depeche Mode, Love and Rockets, Susie and the Band, they're all on tour again. Blondie, Berlin, all of them. They've all been on tour. B-52s, they just did a stint in Vegas. This is kind of like their last hurrah after doing a tour. And that's because nobody really enjoys. I'm sounding like a fucking old when I say this, but it's
my lawn. Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah, no, but seriously though, sure, Swifties will sell out a stadium or whatever, but or maybe Drake, but when it comes to most music, it's you're not getting it. I mean, I'm seeing top stars doing fucking state fairs because they can't pack stadiums. Nobody wants to go, nobody wants to pay the ticket prices for an unproven live performance,
I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are still a few that can put on a decent show. I'm just really surprised by the number, especially the ones that try to do these huge choreographed shows and everything else, and nobody's realizing that most of the time when they're dancing and spinning around, that's not them singing, and you know it's not them singing because you don't ever hear them huffing and puffing. And I'm just guys, I understand that you need to put on a show. I understand that you're wanting to fill the seats, and I understand that you want to make it an experience. But for those of us who understand how this industry works, watching you do this, you're doing what Milli Vanilli got in trouble for and making bank.
Yeah, who was it? Hillary Duff on Saturday Night Live. That was probably the most classic lip syncing error ever.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was fun. But okay, to your point though, I mean that's the other thing too is that it's when you watch the older acts like Talking Heads, when you watch the Stop Making Sense, and Charismatic Voice just recently did Life During Wartime, and that's why this is fresh in my mind. In that they were jogging on stage, you could tell. I mean, literally jogging, running in place. And David Byrne always. I mean, you could tell they were using that as part of their vocal effect, I guess would be a better, the best word for it. So, and that's, it was part of the stage energy, but just playing fucking, just lip syncing and overdubbing. That's another reason why people are, don't want to go to concerts. It's like, I can hear the album at home in the order that I like and not have to pay $115 plus Ticketmaster fees plus $20 for a 10-ounce beer.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I've been to 2 concerts my entire life, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed both of them. But there have been some other concerts that I've really wanted to go to that I'm just like, you know what? I don't really feel like dealing with all the rigmarole of having to go. And again, and just like you, starting to sound like one of these get off my lawn people. But that's kind of because I've become one, whether I want to admit it or not. Is Zelda in the chat? I probably shouldn't have admitted that if Zelda's in the chat. My bad.
Not going to hear the end of it.
Anyway, but yeah, it's just, and the other thing is, with all these content creators on TikTok and stuff that are getting paid to lip sync videos, Milli Vanilli was born in the wrong decade. I'm just saying. They would be completely popular now and be like millionaires, and nobody would care. Anyway.
So my favorite thing of the day, and I wish I'd sent this to you before so we could have it as a soundbite. The protesters in New York. I'm sure you all seen the video. The two chicks being interviewed. So
I was going to say, if you have the
doing?
clip, I can probably cue it while you're talking about it.
Okay, hang on. I've got it. Just a sec.
I was going to say, I could just mute the site until it starts running, and then they don't...
Actually, yeah. Let me send this to you on, because this is just amazing. Okay, this is, if you haven't heard it, you have to hear it.
There's the bidding.
Skype noises!
That's because I turned my Do Not Disturb off, because for some reason it makes Stacy feel like nervous or something. She's like, "Are you available? It shows you're not." I'm like, "Yes, it's set that way because it makes loud noises on air." And I forgot to change it back the other day. All right, so this is even easier. This is from Twitter anyway, so hang on. Here we go.
What do you say is the main goal with tonight's protest?
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU's doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Palestine will be free!
I wish I was more educated.
What do you say is the
I had not... Oh my god, I'm using this tomorrow too.
Play it again.
main goal with tonight's protest?
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU's doing.
Is there something that NYU's doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU's doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Palestine will be free!
I wish I was more educated.
Can you not hear them in the background chanting "Palestine will be free"? How can you? Fucking
2, 4, 6, 8. That will be great. You just chant along with the rest of the clapping seals. Don't even know what we're saying. And that's just fucking beautiful, though, because that is just that's it's like when I found that video, I said this is what a conversation with every DSA on Twitter is like. And if you don't know anything about it, that's Democratic Socialists of America. And so it's just like,
say Bernie Bros. It's easier.
What are we angry for? I don't know. But, reasons. It's like that retard I was arguing with all day this morning. And, the Jews just left 2,000 years ago. Or they all got kicked out. Were they just going to leave the area vacant? They've been there consistently since then. Nuh-uh. Do you think the Romans just kicked them out and, just put up a for lease sign? And then I got to beat him about the head and neck with his own reference site, which was fantastic.
I can't with these people. But yeah, the whole thing of I'm not even sure why we're protesting. Do you know why we're protesting?
What are you doing? I don't know. I wish I was more educated.
Oh, but anyway, side note, but I have to bring this up because, when I pause the intro or the back from break music, it's sitting at 420.
Nice. I can't remember which one. I mean, it's one of our mutuals on Twitter. He was showing his tax refund. He didn't show the whole thing. It was either it was something with his taxes, and the front part was blurred out, and it was $420 and 69 cents. Nice,
dude. That's like double bib. Got 420. Right? Got 420 and 69. Anyway.
It's like that joke. You score 69, you're supposed to say nice. Nobody knows why.
69, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait. Deleted what?
There was another point I was going to make, and I lost it again. I swear, I have not even partaken today. It's sad. Oh, wait. Now I remember what it was. I completely forgot, because I was more focused on the whole Murrow building bombing, to put out my usual 420 Eve jokes until day of, so I was kind of sad. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I had some good 420 memes, but it just didn't feel into it this year.
I remembered after somebody else mentioned it, so I did the obligatory. Did you remember to leave out making milk and cookies for Snoop Dogg last night? And somebody said,
Yeah, I did that one too.
Said no, I left him Cheetos and rolling papers. I was like, you win.
Yeah, that's also good.
You win. Anyway, so considering we're already almost there, what are you watching lately?
Yeah. Okay, so I have decided. Goddamn, I don't even partake anymore. And I just spaced out. I'm going to give Dark Matter a full rewatch. I absolutely just sit down and give it undivided attention, not let myself get distracted with anything. And then I'm going to go and watch the first 3 seasons of The Witcher, so that way I can be ready for season 4 when it comes out. That's what that's what I intend on watching.
Nice.
What's funny is that being home for 2 weeks, I thought that I would have the TV on more, but the crop of retards on Twitter has precluded my viewing. It's been really amazing that they're getting dumber.
I mean, yeah. Well,
I think it might have something to do with CERN and the
eclipse. I'm telling you, don't forget. On that Monday, there was an eclipse, there was a comet, and CERN fired up the collider. There was bad shit happening that day. You cannot convince me otherwise. Because I'm waiting for the fresh crop of Mandela effects, and we're all like, wait, this wasn't this way 3 weeks ago. And we're like, fuck you, CERN. Fuck you.
Right. It's gonna be subtle.
They always are at first, and then it's like the further along, and that's the weird thing, right? Because it's always like the subtle stuff. So the first one anybody really ever started talking about was the Fruit of the Loom one, and then the Darth Vader one, and then people were like, "Well, what about this Sally Field thing?" And it's like the further we get away from that transition point, the more blatant they get, and then there's another jump, and it kind of sort of starts over. But the other thing that just seems really, really weird is there are even some artifacts from the previous timelines that make it even more confusing for me. It's kind of giving off Fringe vibes right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, and that's the point of the artifacts. Is, I mean, it's because you can't scrub everything all at once. That's why it's like, you know, the Shazam movie or whatever it was, the Sinbad genie movie.
Yeah.
With you know, it's people remember it. People remember a specific scene of it and how it all happened, and you know, it's they distinctly remember watching it. They can describe the scene in detail, and there's like video evidence of like most of the scene. But when the Sinbad reveal comes out, it's not actually Sinbad. Nobody knows where it came from, and you know, you don't see Sinbad. Nobody knows where it came from, and nobody knows what movie it's attached to. But there is video of their allegedly of their out there.
Yep.
So it's, you know, those artifacts are the strangest. It's like when you and I did the first one when we had the. You know, the James Earl Jones on the press junket for, you know, Empire Strikes Back with Luke, you know, no, I'm your father. Even the guy who did the voice of Darth Vader got that line wrong. But he got it with how everybody else in the world gets it. So, yeah, those artifacts are the things that make it the creepiest of all.
Yeah, it just seems really, really weird. But, yeah, so as far as what I've been watching, I did binge watch, like, the entire 8-episode season of Fallout, which a lot of people... Well, I wouldn't say that. A lot of people have liked it, but then, like, you know, people like Michael Loftus were trashing it, and I was like, "Did you even play the games, bro?" I'm confused.
Right.
There was lots of goodness in there. I will say my biggest gripe about streaming services is, can we decide what a season is and make it uniform?
No.
Because some companies are dropping 8-episode seasons, others are dropping 10, some are dropping 14. I was like, can we just pick one and just make it uniform? Because I remember back in the day, it was, you know, like when we were little, it was 26. When we were even littler, and in some cases before we were even born, they literally did like 9 months worth of TV shows and then took the summer off, and that was it. There was like 36 weeks.
You would generally have your stock 26. A holiday episode. If the season, like if it was a summer show, then they would have a holiday special. Otherwise, they would mix the holiday specials in with their 26-week run. Then you would have the reruns, which was the other 26. Because if you're bad at math, there's 52 weeks in a year, so it was a 6-month Your TV show was 26 episodes once a week, summer or winter.
Yeah, but like the original Star Trek was actually like, I believe 32 or 36 episodes per season, and it didn't get shorter until the third season. But I remember when I first saw that, I was like, holy crap, that's a lot. I mean, that even for when we were getting lots of episodes was a lot of episodes. I was like, damn. But I mean, then again, you know, I
think it had to do when you got closer to the live TV days.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, I would have to check on Gilligan's Island, but I'm pretty sure because that TV show didn't run very long.
But it had lots of episodes.
Fuck, there's a lot of episodes on that show. So
well, and I mean, I will say the one thing that I don't necessarily mind about the shorter seasons, and I would be happy if it was like 14, 15 to a point, is you don't get the filler episodes and we've got to come up with content, so we're just going to throw this one in here from left field, and then, oh, look, let's just do a recap episode this week because we don't know what the fuck we want to do. I don't miss those. So, but I just like Fallout. I feel like because the story was decent, and there was a lot of good things in there, but I feel like they had to rush it too much because they had the entire story laid out in an 8-episode arc, and I just feel like there was too much left on the table by the time they were done. But this is my other big gripe, especially with sci-fi stuff, and I've been saying this for a long time. When you decide to greenlight a pilot, if that show has a Bible, I don't care who you have to kill. Let them get through their Bible before you kill the show, because I'm getting really tired, especially now, because you have all these shows that are supposed to be this in-depth woven tapestry, and you get like an entire first season of these are the characters, this is their universe, and oh, sorry, you don't get a season 2. That makes me want to go infantata. I'm just saying.
Right. That makes me, I'm not going to watch anything else on your little network, too, because I'm not going to get emotionally invested into, to get let down again. But the other thing, too, the one thing that drives me nuts with streaming services, we were talking about this on Culture Shift last week. Not only do they have the truncated seasons, which is annoying in and of itself, but they're doing the Sci-Fi Channel method, where there's no consistency for when they come back either. Sometimes you don't even know if they're coming back. And that's how we got talking about, oh shit, season 4 of The Witcher hasn't even been released yet. I thought I forgot about it because I haven't watched an episode of The Witcher in like 3 years. So it's like, okay, did I miss season 4 and we're just wrapping up because they were talking about wrapping up with season 5. There's no consistency. It's not like, okay, so there was on Disney with Mando. And I think that's the only one in recent time that really did it. Because the other ones are like, okay, so we're going to do 8 episodes. Maybe we'll do 10 episodes. We'll come back in 9 months, but maybe more like 18 months. And I know COVID played a lot with that too, but I mean,
that was the first hit for that though. COVID screwed a lot of things up. And then don't forget, we also had a writer's strike that went on for so long that for a while, I mean, even shows like the daytime show that I used to watch, that does like 6 months worth of tapings in advance. If that strike hadn't ended when it did, they were about to have to start running reruns because they had almost burned through their entire 6 month of recorded content by the time that had ended. So I think that's thrown a lot of it off too, because I mean, and one of this is more geared at Paramount than anybody else because I've noticed they've been doing it a lot lately. They are just randomly killing shows, it seems. And you can't even really talk about it being budget related and stuff because some of the stuff that they've been killing lately has been their animated stuff, which is the cheapest shit to make. Like, they killed off, which was more of a kid's show, so I really wasn't that worried about it that much, but believe it or not, I actually liked it. There was a show called Prodigy that was kind of like the after the Federation fell season of Discovery, but with kids. And they found Chakotay's ship and everything else. And it ran for, like, I think 1 season. And then they'd even gotten to the point where they had taped the entire 2nd season. It was ready to go. And they killed it. Now, Netflix has picked it back up. But, of course, Netflix wants to drop the entire 1st season, then wait about 12 months or so, and then drop the 2nd season. And then they don't even know if they're going to do anything else with it. Now I just found out that Lower Decks, which is probably the most underrated Trek content of all time, just found out, again, right after they wrapped season 5, that season 5 is going to be it. So they're not even going to get a proper send-off again. I'm sick of this shit, especially with Star Trek. There should be a written law that if people are still watching, they get 7 seasons no matter what. Because if Voyager can get 7 fucking seasons, everybody should deserve 7 fucking seasons. Because Voyager was trash. I have watched every bit of Star Trek known to man over and over again, and Voyager is by far the worst ever. And that is including
we
Enterprise.
talked about that a few weeks ago. I tried watching Voyager again. I skipped. Okay, I watched pilot. All right, you got to watch pilot just so that way you can kind of like, oh, it's going to be cute the way all the characters grow. I'm looking forward to it. Watched a couple in season 2, season 3. I said, no, that's trash. I'm just going to have to skip up to the boobs and catsuit generation. Oh, good. They killed off Kess. Thank you. That's fine. Oh, the show is still unwatchable. Fuck.
I mean, and don't get me wrong.
If Jerry Ryan's tits and ass cannot keep you, entertained.
This is you we're talking about. Because, yeah, tits and ass usually do it for you. But.
Yeah, and I mean, especially now that I've become aware of, if you look at the absolute worst people on Twitter, they're followed by Jerry Ryan. So that's just like, I know celebrity, they just go and they just, spam follows to anybody back in the day who had a blue check. But I mean, I have to imagine a lot of them, especially after the whole, she's the reason why Obama was elected president. There has to be some, comport of ideology in that now.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, speaking of, because you remember back in the day when your parents always told you never meet your heroes because you're going to be disappointed. And for us, our heroes were usually the people we saw on TV because we didn't have any other frame of reference. So back in the day, you had to buy tickets to their conventions, go meet them in person, be disappointed by them, come home, cry. Your dad said, "Fuck you, I told you, get the fuck over it." Now all you got to do is open Twitter. Because you see folks like George Takei.
Saved a lot of money, actually.
So you see folks like George Takei that were absolutely awesome if you like Star Trek. And then you find out that he's a raging liberal asshead. Then, even worse, you watch the guy that played Luke Skywalker basically filleting the Emperor on X, which just happened the other day. Joe Biden is our best president ever. Dude, you're basically giving me the mental image of reverse cowgirl in the Emperor's chair with the Emperor. I don't need that, dude. Just don't do that.
Well, the thing is that he's lying. He knows he's lying. He knows he doesn't believe. He doesn't believe that. So what's he getting out of that deal?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it ain't enough.
Because he doesn't believe that.
Oh, I mean, none of them believe it. I mean, the dude had 2 major gaffes again this week. One of them, I think, was just yesterday. He's trying to trash talk Trump, and he's like, I don't know how many more times he has to tell you that we can't be trusted. I'm like, did anybody hear that before they started clapping? You're just a bunch of trained fucking SEALs. And then, at another campaign event, because, they can't leave him in the basement this time, even though it worked in 20. But they can't this time because that's their whole thing, is, look, Donald Trump is chained to a trial table, and Joe Biden is out showing his vim and vigor by doing campaign stops. And then the idiot can't read the teleprompter properly. Can't wait to see what we do with 4 more years. Pause. Wait, what?
Pause is just...
It's like, dude, that was your stage direction because you're supposed to stop after you say 4 more years so they can chant it back to you, Gregorian chant style. And you've been doing this long enough that you from 4 years ago would have known that. So I don't know if you have been steadily being drugged. I don't know if you've had a stroke. I don't know what has happened, but I have not.
Power of Anne.
I have not seen anybody decline this quickly in a long, long time that wasn't at least a few years older. The same thing happened to my granddad, but by the time it happened to my granddad, he was in his 90s. We think he was either 90 or 91 because he was born far enough back where the birth certificate says we think he was born. We know he was born on this month and this day, and we think it was either this year or this year because this is when we found out about him when we came by into the census.
Yeah.
That's a long.
Well, you know, when you're born in the on the kitchen table with a midwife and some laudanum.
Anyway. All right, one more quick hit, then we got to go. I have one other serious question. Why is it that with all the technology we have today, we can't find out about elections faster than we could when we were counting them with an abacus?
That's because they gotta have room to cheat.
I'm just like, the common sense left the building a long time ago, and I want it back. So anyway, all right. Well, that we actually gave them the full hour because we got a late start.
Yeah.
So anyway, so where can folks find you, my friend?
The full Monty.
Hey, I had enough of it. I had enough of Andrew's poll a couple hours ago. I don't need yours too.
Okay. Yeah, you can find me Saturday. You and I are doing a juxtaposition, wrapping up the JFK / MK Ultra CIA drugging, all intertwined basket. And did you get my message about Beak's idea?
I do not think I did. Did you send it in Discord?
I don't remember where I sent it. The idea was that rather than do the weekly, start earlier and do 2 hours.
We could probably do that.
We could talk about that. This show maybe, but moving in the future, we could figure out how we can format that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You know what we really could start doing? Because we can make a subscribers only section now. We could do 1 hour for free and then go to the paid section for the second half.
Yeah. I hate paywall. I really do. I know.
I don't like paywall either, but I like paychecks.
Well, yeah, but it's like on Twitter. I'm monetized, but I hide my blue check and I don't do the subscription thing.
Yeah, but they're about to make that where you can't hide that anymore.
Even if you know what, that's fine. It's like, oh, you pay for Twitter, bitch. Twitter pays me.
I wish I could say that. I have not been able to break that wall yet.
I'm the content creator. You're the content. Twitter pays me.
I'm working on being able to break that wall.
I'm waiting to use that line, but it's also kind of dickish, and that kind of goes against the whole. If I ever get into the whole, look at me, I'm monetized fucking thing, then I'll give it up.
I don't know. That actually is not as dickish as you think it is, because that is actually a great line. I'm just saying. I would use it, and I'm nicer than you. Oh, but yeah. So for me, for me, tomorrow and Friday, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern. Rest of the Rick Robinson show this week. Friday night, filling in for the incomparable Mickey Blowtorch with the lovely Aggie Rican doing He Said, She Said stuffs. Then back around with you on Saturday night doing juxtaposition. And the other thing we could do, honestly, and this is kind of what I've been thinking of, because then it's not so much us trying to push it as people that don't want to hear all the commercials. We can just actually make the paywall content ad-free. So that's the other thing I've kind of been thinking about doing.
Okay, I gotta go back with this real quick, because Jeff dropped the comment in chat, and I wasn't reading chat with Terry Schiavo in heaven. Man, and they only just pulled the plug on me.
Oh, that was terrible.
Not too far. Never too far.
Yeah. There is no too far. Remember, people that hate you tell more people about you. So is there really too far if you're trying to get people's attention? Unless you're Alec Baldwin, then you've probably gotten too far.
You know what? Okay, back to that real quick. He showed amazing restraint. He lasted a lot longer than I did before knocking the phone out of her hand.
Yeah, I know, right? For like half a second, I actually liked Alec Baldwin again, and then I remembered who it was. But that is.
Said I haven't liked Alec Baldwin this much since Hunt for Red October.
But that's the whole thing, though. These people, just because they have a phone in their hand, they think they can absolutely record everything and everyone, and that's, I don't know. To me, that just seems wrong.
Well, not just that. They think that they can. Hey, this isn't going to prove that I'm being a complete and total fucking jackwad. I'm going to get the assault charge. Well, no. There's a thing where it's, you well broke the law before he ever knocked the phone out of your hand.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Send
lawyers, guns, and money.
In that order, because we're probably going to need all three eventually. Actually, can we flip that? Send the money first, then the lawyer.
Money, guns, yeah. Guns, money, then lawyers.
I would say I already have the guns, but I lost mine in a tragic boating accident. So
didn't we all, those? We were just terrible at boating.
Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your Wednesday night, wherever you may be.